welcome back. Welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name is Key and we are live for a wonderful afternoon of football, which has started very, very well. A great performance from Liverpool at the City Ground, and it wasn't a great performance, let's be honest. It wasn't a great performance, but it was a very, very well-deserved away win for Liverpool. Justified. I think we did enough to win it in the end, and it was a really, really big win for Liverpool in that moment after Chelsea dropping points, after Villa dropping points. United are probably going to drop points against Everton tomorrow. All of that pointed to a really important game for Liverpool. And it was a really huge win. And I think this is where Liverpool now kick on and really show our class to the end of the season. But listen, we're now going to be watching the North London derby, Tottenham against Arsenal, the one that everyone seems to have been talking about after Arsenal. I mean, there's no really other word to say it. If we're being kind, it was a bottle job, wasn't it? It was a bottle job that Arsenal did against Wolves in midweek. Their own fans were calling it a bottle job. I think a bottle job is probably apt. And they now have to win against Spurs. I think anything less than a win just gives City even more encouragement. And they have to win today. It has to be a win. And I can't see it being a win. I personally think it's going to be a draw. I think 2-2. I think we're going to see goals in this one. And I want to get your take. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. CSG games, another robbed 3 points. Aye, fair play. Another robbed. You must be joking me. Robbed. In your head, Vitor. Yeah, it was a bottle, wasn't it? It has to be said. I am Cruises. Van Dijk definitely did look offside. On the replays, we got away with one. I mean, I didn't think the McAllister one was. I don't think you can give handball for that. Pride of Merseyside says, glad for that win. Biggest away win of the season for us. It was, yeah. Ekatike was poor. Yeah, Ekatike didn't do well today. But again, he's a young player. It's to be expected. He's had a good season so far. And he, to be honest, he wasn't really helped. Mo Salah was dreadful. Rio Ngamoa did more in 5 minutes on the pitch than Mo Salah did all game. And with every passing week, it's looking more and more likely that Rio Ngamoa was going to have to start over him. I thought the handball was harsh. His hand was by his hand was round. It hit his back and it literally caught the side of the back of his arm here. It was never in a million years. You can't be giving handball for that. You can't be giving handball for that. If that's handball, then football, the game's gone. The game is gone. Thank you very much for the gift. Really appreciate it. Alexandra says, with how much other teams get away with, this is nothing. We deserve this win. Absolutely agree with that, Alexandra. Ryan says, I'm going for a 3-1 Arsenal to win against Spurs today. I want Spurs to be in the relegation zone. West Ham out of the relegation zone. I want West Ham to swap places with Spurs. Pride of Merseyside says, Salah created our biggest chance other than the goal. Jones missed a sitter. Mate, Salah didn't create that chance. If anything, that was Gakpo. Gakpo put a great cross in. Salah headed it back across face. I mean, if that's all we're expecting for 400 grand a week, I think we need to maybe up our expectations of the guy. Gakpo's shite, he's gone him. I mean, I to be honest, I thought Gakpo was better than Salah today. Salah literally had the best opportunity to put the ball in the first half and smashed it out of play. That was our big chance in the first half. But to be honest, if we're being honest, we need to, if we're going to be challenging for the league next year, then both of them probably need to go. Salah doesn't have the pace to play on the wing anymore. I think he's not got the head. I genuinely think his head's gone. First was never handball. Agreed with that, Adam. You can't be giving a handball for the first. I did think maybe the offside looked tight. I thought it was offside at first glance, but hey, apparently offsides are infallible. I've been told offsides are offside. They can't, they're never wrong, offsides. Okay, fair enough. We'll take it then. But I didn't think the first was should have been ruled out. I think over the course of the season, I think we've been wronged a whole lot more than we've been, let off the hook or anything like that. I think we've had some really, really tough decisions go against us. Aaron says, when's Carragher going to come out and say Salah needs to leave the football? I think Carragher has been very critical of Mo Salah, to be fair. He has. He's been very critical of him. I think lots of Liverpool fans have. Pride of Merseyside says, is Gakpo fasting? Salah hasn't eaten since 7 a.m. Let's be real. Who do you expect to perform? Eating is crucial to keep the brain going as someone who works in fitness. Well, then don't play him. If he can't play... Listen, mate, hang on. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. If you can't play during Ramadan, don't play. If he's not good enough to play, then don't play him. If there's an element of he's going to underperform because it's Ramadan, then I don't think there's any concession for that. They manage that as athletes. I don't think there's any concession for that. Mo Salah was giving the ball away all... Unless we're literally putting him on and he's massively malnourished, in which case that's a real problem. The guy was passing the ball to nobody for the first 45 minutes. I don't accept that. I don't accept that. Tell Slot then, not me. But I just don't think he should have been on the pitch. Full stop. I think he's been garbage for months. It wasn't Ramadan for months. He's been garbage for months, and he's bang out of order for what he said. He's apologised for it, but he's not made up for it, has he? 400 grand a week. We've got to expect better for these players, and I'll be honest, for our star player, he's taking the piss. He's taking the piss. Daniel says Muslim players are better during Ramadan. I don't know. I have no idea. Couldn't tell you. Haroon says, Key, Arsenal will win today, pal. DB1, how desperate are you for Arsenal to lose today, mate? Do you know what? I'll be honest. I'm really happy that Liverpool have won, so I don't care about this game. But I do think Spurs will pick up at least a point. At least a point. Joe says, using Ramadan as an excuse for a player's form. I've never seen anything so embarrassing. I just don't think that's anything to do with it. I mean, if you do Pride of Merseyside, that's your bag, mate. I'm not accepting that as an excuse. Tomo says Arsenal have bottled it as usual. And DB, confident Liverpool get top 5. Yes. Yeah, I don't think Liverpool miss out. I think Liverpool finished third, I'll be honest. I think we're better than Chelsea. I think we're better than United. The only thing that those two have over us is Chelsea have a bigger squad. United have one game a week because they've been knocked out of every competition. So there's only really that to go in United's favour. Every single league game is a cup final for United. But I still think Liverpool finish ahead of him. Where are we up to? You're not getting third over Villa. Villa have been battered from pillar to post for the last couple of months. They've been shocking. They got beat off Brentford with 10 men at home. They got beat off Everton at home. They got beat off Newcastle the other day at home. Dropped points yesterday against Leeds. They've dropped points. Honestly, Villa have been all over the place for a while. I think Villa will finish 6th. I don't think it'll be, us finishing ahead of them for 3rd or 4th. I think they'll finish 6th. Daniel, it would be reasonable to accept someone who doesn't eat or drink during the day would have a bad game. Yeah, but a bad game. This is not a bad game. This is a pattern. This is a pattern. Isn't it? As long as we get top 5, not really bothered about the others. And Twisted Fate says, have people used the Ramadan excuse for Salah every year he's been a professional footballer? I think not. Well, I was going to say, yeah, he's gone through it before and played very, very well, hasn't he? Up the Toffee says, as much as you're a Salah critic and have been for months, it's clear to see that is poor from you, lad. Just because he's an athlete doesn't mean the demand football has on footballers he won't struggle. Hang on, say that again. It's clear to see that is poor. As much as you're a Salah critic and have been for months, it's clear to see that is poor from you, lad. Just because he's an athlete doesn't mean the demand football has on footballers he won't struggle. The demand on Salah is the same as it is on every other player. And it's never been used as an excuse for Salah's form before. And he's been poor before Ramadan. So I don't think Ramadan's an excuse at all for Mo Salah's form. Salah comes alive at Christmas and Eid. I was going to say, he tends to do very well at different points throughout the season. I'm not sure if there's a pattern with or without Ramadan. I'm not sure, but I don't think it's ever been an issue for him before. Ready to watch Arsenal win, says Alex. Arsenal aren't winning. Spurs win. That's why we've got the white backlight behind us here. Mario says Arsenal are bottlers. Spurs will give them a hard time here. 3-star says the heartbreak is easing. We go again next week. No hard feelings, Liverpool fans. Hey, 3-star, you defended incredibly well for that game, I thought. And that's not like patronising or head patting. I thought Forest defended very, very well. And I think if you defend like that again throughout the remainder of the season, you'll comfortably stay up. So Wood's injured, mate. Yeah, Wood's been injured for most of the season. He's been out for a while. Daniel, will you change the light red when Arsenal score? No. Hasn't Tudor won his first game at every club he's been at? Not every club he's been at, but for the last 6, apparently. This will be number 7. The last 6 teams he's been at, Igor Tudor, he has won the first game in charge. Twisted Fate says, Salah, Liverpool's greatest player of recent years, not allowed to be criticised. It seems like Ramadan is no excuse. There's more players than Salah that are fasting and play perfectly fine. And Simon Onyango. I'm Simon, live from Kenya. Good lad, Simon. SHBNGAIZ Key. When's the last time you've been to Anfield? 2 and a bit years ago. LASK Linz in the Europa League. I've not been since slots come in. I refuse to go. I have no interest in going. I've been all over the place. I've been all over Europe watching them, but I don't have any interest in going again. So, the last time I went was with my dad, and we watched LASK Linz in the Europa League. Charlie says, you did say Liverpool nick it at the end, by the way. I did, yeah, I called it. It's very rare I get anything right, but I got it right that time. I should have gone for the title parade, to be fair. No interest in it, mate. Absolutely no interest in going to a title parade. Zero interest in it. Not my thing. And every player on the pitch is fully fed and have been for the past 9 hours. He's not ate or drank anything in the 9 hours. I'd like to see you play an 11-a-side game without water or food 9 hours prior. You wouldn't see me play an 11-a-side game with fully watered and everything. But I'm not a professional athlete on 400 grand a week, mate. Do you know what I mean? So I guess that's the difference. And again, you're using Ramadan as an excuse. It's never been an excuse before, has it? It's never been an excuse before. And it wasn't an excuse when he was shit before. He's been when he's been shocking earlier part of the season when it wasn't Ramadan. It's nothing to do with Ramadan then, was it? And he's been playing fantastically through Ramadan in previous years. So again, I think you're clutching at straws, if I'm dead honest. The Galt says, prediction on Spurs, lad, I think 2-2. Yeah, 2-2. Nathan says, I haven't been in like 7 years. Hard to get tickets, to be fair. You can get, it depends. Depends who you know and all that sort of stuff. You can get tickets if you really want to go. And I've been very lucky to go a lot of good games, but I've no interest in going at all. I won't be going again. Unless my little girl decides she really wants to go to the games, then I'll go to the games with her. But I've no interest in going again. Pride of Merseyside, it was this time last year when he played bad against Mendes. Oh yeah, that one game. Twisted Fate says this is such a deranged argument. He's done this for most of his life through Ramadan. Malik says, hello, Key, I have a question. Why did you celebrate both the 2 Liverpool goals against Forest? It is just Nottingham Forest. They are 17th. Eh? It was because it was a last-minute winner, mate. Last-minute winners generally are good whoever you play against. Here we go. 20 5 seconds on the clock, and we're off and underway at, nearly said White Hart Lane then. Gamer Guru, if we lose to that Spurs lineup, we don't deserve the title. Well, I'm glad we agree. I'm glad we agree on that. Didn't Benzema win a Ballon d'Or after Ramadan? Again, it's too convenient, unfortunately, to argue that, apparently. Joe, can't believe what I've seen, to be fair. Gamer Guru, if we lose to that Spurs lineup, we've done. And Barmara says, Arsenal, you guys have to win so that you can get prepared to win the Premier League. No chance. Come on, Spurs. How dare you celebrate a winner, a last-minute winner to put us level on points with 4th. Up the toffee, so money makes you play well. Great logic, mate. Didn't know 400k a week keeps you full and hydrated, but don't expect anything less from you. Just fits your agenda because you've been a critic to him. Well, if he hadn't been a prick, mate, I wouldn't have been a critic. I wouldn't have been a critic. I'm a lot more understanding of players, especially legends, to be fair. And he's undoubtedly a legend. He's one of the best players I've ever seen at Liverpool. But unfortunately, his ego is bigger than his performances at the moment. And I think Mo Salah needs to take a little bit of responsibility rather than, laughing as he's going off the pitch at 0-0. Chuckling because Liverpool have taken him off. I can't believe the manager would have the gall to take him off after such a shit performance again. But sorry, it's Ramadan. Sorry, I forgot about that. You can't criticise because it's Ramadan. Joe says, are we sure these people using Ramadan as an excuse are not the AFTV people that blame the wind for performance? I just think there's some people who are adamant. There's absolute adamant that Mo Salah can do no wrong in their eyes, and it's just that you're calling me a critic of Salah. I'm not a critic of Salah. I'm a massive supporter of Salah. But there's some people who, it's the opposite way, isn't it? He can't do any wrong. He'll never do any wrong. It's Salah over the manager, Salah over the club, Player FC winning yet again. Jan says, your point about Villa would be even more compounding should Leeds have been awarded the penalty they should have got. Thoughts on the pen? I honestly haven't seen, I saw the Leeds goal, I haven't seen the Villa goal, I haven't seen the penalty incident yet, so I'm yet to see that, so I'll have to have a look at that later on. But I haven't yet seen them. We calling any red cards today, Key? I don't think so. Normally there is in the North London derby, but it's a bit, I don't know. It's not been that sort of game in recent years. Gyökeres playing for the handball. You're never getting that. Should he do better there, Gyökeres? Actually, come on. We need a bit of a tempo. Raise the tempo a little bit here. Pride of Merseyside says, I was on about this game on its own. I do acknowledge Salah has been awful most of the season. So, okay, but if you're going to acknowledge that he's been awful most of the season before Ramadan, then why are we even using Ramadan as an excuse now? It's nothing to do with Ramadan. This has been something that has been the case long before Ramadan. It's the case before Ramadan. It's the case during Ramadan. It will be the case after Ramadan. This is something that supersedes Ramadan. It's nothing to do with it. I've said Ramadan that much then. It's lost all meaning. I'm just... Twin No says... Two for this one, do you think? 2-2? He is undoubtedly the reason your team won that league last season. Oh, what is the keeper doing? What is the keeper doing? Strike. Oh my God, Spurs, what are you doing? Off the line, nearly 4.5 minutes in, and Arsenal have had one off the line already. Come on, Spurs, step it up. He's being used as a scapegoat, and as soon as he expresses how he feels, because he's a human like us, how dare he do such a thing? With the greatest of respect, yeah, how dare he disrespect his manager and his teammates? Yeah. Right, as you said before about United having one game a week because they've been knocked out of all the cups. What midweek cups have they been knocked out of this season? Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. Yeah. Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. Sarah says, up the toffees, he gets paid a lot to score, so your point is irrelevant. Handball from Drag in that, behave yourself. Right, 'cause 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 What was Vicario doing then? He'd lost his head, Vicario, there, didn't he? Spurs knock it long. Gyökeres, Saka. Arsenal started quite well here. Spurs going to have to adapt. Ball over to the far post. Headed out. Here's Timber. Arsenal dominating the opening 5 minutes, as you'd probably expect, in fairness. What can we expect from Igor Tudor's team here? What can we expect from them from a tactical viewpoint? Would we expect Spurs to maybe be a little bit more attacking? Given his words before the match about he will attempt to win every game. That's what he said. And it'd be interesting to see whether his Spurs team live that today. He made a very big point, Igor Tudor, about I am going to try and win every single game. That's what I'm coming here to do. North London derby is exactly the time to start. That new Tottenham manager looks not to be messed with. Spurs give the ball away too easy there. Gyökeres dragging it wide of the far post. First big chance in the game. MT supporting from the Cook Islands today, so hope Spurs can cook for me. You're in the Cook Islands, MT. Good lad. Yeah, Gyökeres there with a decent chance. Couple of decent chances already in the opening 10 minutes for Gyökeres. Headed one straight at Dragusin, and he's just dragged that one wide. Now the referee's just having a little word with Declan Rice. Going to need a big performance from the referee today. What's going on here? What's going on? He did very well, to be fair, cutting in and striking it there. That was very good from Gyökeres. Honestly, that is probably the best bit of football I have seen from Victor Gyökeres all season. First time he's ever actually picked the ball up, gone at the fullback, cut inside, and then dragged it wide. What is going on here? What's going on? Referee's just staring over at the guy in the far corner. Oh, it's because there's an issue with the communication between the linesman and the referee. Right, okay. Lino can't chat to the referee. There's something going on with the AirPods, the referee's AirPods. East 17. Fancy naming your profile after a 90s boy band. Fair play. Torb says my score prediction is 4-1 Tottenham. IT issue, says Gary Neville. Yeah, it is. It's a technical communications issue. Oh, that's good news. Apparently the Arne Slot post-match interview has confirmed that the Florian Wirtz injury, is not serious. He wasn't able to be 100% or even close to 100%. He just felt he is back. But we hope and expect he will be able to be with us again next week. So there you go. That's really good. That's positive for Liverpool. Florian Wirtz, it's only a minor issue. Swifty said this is a disgrace. Arsenal were on top and now we have a break. Well, we've got our quiz coming up at half-time, as we always do. We've got quizzes coming up every single day. As you know, if you enjoy watch-alongs, then make sure you've hit the like button. Make sure you've subscribed. I am live every day watching games of football with you. We're live tomorrow for Everton against Manchester United. Live on Tuesday for Inter Milan against Bodo Glimt. Bodo Glimt 3-1 up from the first leg. On Wednesday, we're going to do Benfica, Real Madrid, and what a massive game that should be. Benfica 1-0 down from the first leg. Obviously, forget the whole Vinicius Junior Prestiani thing. Put a pin in that for a second. Benfica are still a side that has beaten Real Madrid recently and can beat them again. And, you know, 1 goal, there's not an awful lot in it. Especially with Real Madrid getting beaten 2-1 by Osasuna the other day. So, let's see if Benfica can turn that one around. Gary Neville is right. These officials are pathetic. Zachariah, what is this break for? The break is due to a communication issue between the linesman and the referee. The earpiece is evidently not quite working. This is awful. Good start to a game. Premier League did it on purpose to ruin it for both teams. VAR technology's down. What a shame. I just thought that would be a good opportunity to plug the channel. I very rarely promote the channel or plug it at any point, but there you go. I tend to do it maybe at the end of games when everyone's already left. But there you go, midstream. If you haven't yet, do me a quick favour just while we're waiting for VAR to sort itself out. Click the like button, make sure you've subscribed. Oak Radio says technology problems in 2026. Michael says, I'm an LFC fan and want Arsenal to win it over City. You're probably one of a minority there, Michael. Seems most Liverpool fans I've encountered. I mean, I prefer City to win it, but most Liverpool fans I've encountered seem to prefer City to win it over Arsenal. But hey, to each their own, mate. Jamil, what do you think of the start so far? It's not really been an awful lot of football, bar the Victor Gyökeres chance and the one where Vicario comes charging out a goal for no reason. But yeah, Victor Gyökeres probably the best moment I've seen from him all season. We are back underway now. Finally, we've got actual football happening again. How does this take so long? Technicalities. Long ball forward. Good touch, really good touch. Now Spurs on the counter-attack. This is better. Couldn't quite get to it just in time, and Raya comes out and claims it. Did very well there. Talking Chelsea Blue says, do you think Tottenham will actually get relegated? No. Not even close. I don't think anyone really believes it when they say it, to be honest. There's some rival fans who are getting very excited at the prospect. But I don't think anyone ever actually believed that Tottenham are going to get relegated. There's 3 much, much worse teams down the bottom than Spurs. I think the current bottom 3 go down. I don't know, I think West Ham and Forest, I still think Leeds can get pulled into it, but those are probably the 3 that stand out to me. Wolves will go, Burnley will go. They're the 2 undoubted ones, and then it's like any one from 3. West Ham, Forest and Leeds, they're the 3 that I would say looking at it, West Ham have gained a point on Forest there, haven't they? That's the big thing. West Ham have now dragged it back to a 2-point deficit. Oak Radio says 3 teams vying for 4th place with identical points. Yep. Well, I mean, listen, it's not really 4th, because 5th will get you Champions League football this year as well. If Arsenal win it, we never hear the end of it from them. If City win, it's no big deal. If Arsenal win it, we never hear the end of it from them. If City win, it's no big deal. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. City may be the lesser of 2 evils. Cov City says opinions on Coventry's victory over West Brom yesterday. Good to see Coventry back at it, winning against Borough, winning against West Brom. It was a great goal, wasn't it, from Radoni? Absolutely sensational finish. Livingston 2, Rangers 2 now. Yes, Livy. Be a great point that if Livy can do it. Great tackle, well done. Gyökeres was through there, but a good tackle all the same. If Arsenal wins, I'll get married tomorrow early morning. Are you planning to get married anyway? That's quite a grandiose suggestion, Len. Isaac, Ike, how's it going? It's going well, mate. How's it going with you? Saka stands it up, headed away. It's going to be a corner. Corner to Arsenal. Those are the magic words, aren't they? Those are the 3 magic words. Corner to Arsenal. Everyone fears it. Jario says Leeds are not going down. We're taking too many points off the top side, so hold that form, and it's an easy stay up. Hey, possibly. Like I said, I just think Leeds are still in the mix. I don't necessarily think Leeds are certainties to go down, but I just look at Leeds and think you're still a little bit vulnerable. Don't score enough going forward. Yeah, I don't know. Forest, Leeds and West Ham are all capable of picking up points, and it might not. Listen, we might get a surprise. It might be. There's other teams who could even get pulled into it. I mean, Palace weren't fantastic today, were they? Brighton. If Brighton don't win against Brentford just today, I'd have said them as well. Corner to Arsenal. Keep them out, Spurs. Keep them out. Header. Chance. Oh, just wide. Again, set piece FC. Alfie. Hey, Key, how's your week been? Very good, mate. How's yours? Truman says there's nothing happening with Manchester City in the 115 charges. Apparently, they've already found... Like, they've already found in that one whether it's guilty or not guilty, or guilty on some and not guilty on others. But apparently a decision has already been reached. It's not yet just being made public. Again, allegedly. How true it is, we don't know, but allegedly a decision has already been taken. It's just not yet being made public. And I think part of that reason is because, what are you doing, Spurs? What are you doing? Shocking strike, though, from Trossard. Should do better. Yeah, they can't release the decision on City mid-season. They can't do that. I actually think it'd be more embarrassing, wouldn't it, in many ways, if City were to win the league and then, you know, they get points docked or whatever, so Arsenal get gifted the title. It'd be almost like a little... Here you go. Go on, Arsenal. You can have a little silver title. Rasta says, Liverpool 1K, so I know your weekend is great, mate. My weekend's brilliant. Yeah, absolutely fantastic now, Rasta. Good to see you in, though, mate. Adam says, if they were innocent, it would not have been dragged out so long. Well, I don't know about that. That's probably an assumption we can't make. They've not been compliant with what the Premier League has asked. The Premier League, loads of their charges, the Premier League have asked them to give them some information, and City have just gone, we don't think you have the right to ask us for that information. That's like 40% of the charges. 40% of the 115 is just City saying no to the Premier League. We're not giving you that information. Or we'll give you a bit of it, but not all of it. Oh, David Raya comes out and clears it. Harry Clark, how do you feel about Liverpool 1, Forest 0? I feel very good, Harry. Yeah, I feel amazing. Avram says, welcome Arteta. Why come Arteta hasn't got sacked after getting second 3 times? Don't know. Maybe Arsenal fans are fine with him finishing second 3 times and spending over £1 billion. Thiago, key lad, you were poxy today, mate. We weren't good, yeah. It wasn't a great performance from Liverpool. Certainly wasn't a great performance. But hey, it doesn't have to be, does it? If you get a win away at the Stadium of Light, win away at the City Ground, which we've done and nobody else has done. You know, Arsenal dropped 4 points across those 2. Top of the league, Arsenal. We've gone there and picked up 6 points. Alfie says, I'd rather have a fight for the title and not be handed the title. Come on, Arsenal. City embarrassed the Prem by not allowing them to enforce their own rules. And Sarah says, because Arsenal like coming second. Imagine if Xabi Alonso replaces Arteta next season. I can't see Xabi Alonso going to Arsenal. No. Fabregas maybe, though. Yeah, Fabregas could go and replace him. But I don't think Arsenal will sack him, to be honest. I think they'd be quite happy with second again. Ole, ole. Julius, who scores first? I mean, I said 2-2. I thought it would be 2-2 with Spurs starting fast. I really thought with Igor Tudor in charge, he would be embodying exactly what he said, which was, you know, when I am manager of my teams really go for it. I'm going to try and win. I'm going to try and win every single game. They've nicked it off Arsenal here. They've got a chance. Got a big chance here. Have a go, lad. Oh, unlucky. Yeah, I really thought they'd have a good go at Arsenal from the off, but it's not been as anywhere near what I thought they'd be. Chance far post here. Spence does well. Eccleston, me and our Dookie. How's things, pal? Very good after that result, mate. It was fantastic, wasn't it? Cos City says Sheffield United sent down Wednesday today. Sad for Wednesday. Very sad, but inevitable. It's been coming for some time, hasn't it? Truman, if City gets titles taken like Juve back in the days, it's awful for the league's reputation. Yeah, and they won't do that. They won't retrospectively award leagues or take leagues away. It will be a punishment that's applied at the end of this season. And it might well be that they're punished as champions. It might be a relegation. It might be... Listen, they might be found not guilty. They might be found not guilty on all things. Or not guilty of all the major ones, but guilty on some like minor things, and they get a little suspended punishment. We don't know what happens. Oxford fan says it may be 20 minutes in, but you do have to take into account the 10 minutes delay. Was it 10 minutes? Right, well, Spencer's just brought down Declan Rice. I think he wasn't too happy with it, but Declan Rice about to take the free kick. Arsenal bottling it is a yearly tradition in England, says Isaac. $5 minutes, I think. I thought it was only about 5 minutes. Okay, come on Spurs. Arsenal free kick. Ball whipped in. Keep him out. Good lad. That's wonderful play. Well done. It's going to be a throw into Spurs. It's not a good look when the smaller teams get ducked and fined straight away. But I think isn't that because of the fact that those teams complied and City didn't? You say it's not a good look, but it's very difficult when, you know, it's cut and dry with Leicester and Everton and Forest, for example. Like, the Premier League asked for information and financial information. They provided it, and it's the information that every club has to provide. City have provided that information. The problem is that the Premier League were responding to direct accusations about other things, and they asked City for other things over and above those things, and City said, we don't think you've got the right to ask for them, so we're not giving them. And if someone's challenging you, generally, it's a longer court case. Avram says, was it true Tchouaméni almost joined Liverpool 2 seasons ago? Allegedly so. How true? I don't know about 2 seasons, but there was certainly a time where we was going for him before Real Madrid. Eccleston Mayer says, well deserved. I think, to be honest, Key, we need to be destroying teams like this. I disagree with that, mate. I think it was well deserved, but I don't know about destroying teams. I think you've got to make note of the fact that Forest are fighting for everything. They're scrapping for everything. There was a new manager bounce. They played really well in midweek in Europe. You know, they're no mugs, Forest. They're down there at the minute due to 3 other managers before them. But they're not a bad side. They've got some quality players that I think if you said in the summer Liverpool are going to sign Elliot Anderson and Murillo and Gibbs White, you wouldn't be disappointed, would you? So I don't think Forest are a bad side. They've got some very, very capable quality players, and they're not a side that I would imagine would be in this position. And also, again, Arsenal, best team in the league this year. Arsenal couldn't win at Forest. Arsenal didn't have a shot on target in the first half, same as we didn't. It's very, very normal, I think, the way we played. Come on, mate, Premier League champions. But we're not. We're not Premier League champions anymore. All those Premier League champion players, they've all gone. Look at all the players that were the Premier League champions. They've all gone, mate. Jota's gone. Nunes has gone. Kwanzaa's gone. Trent's gone. All the players that we've signed, mostly kids, have all been injured anyway. Frimpong's been out. Isak's out for the season. Leone's out for the season. Bradley out for the season. It's not the same team. It's nowhere near the same team. Mo Salah's drop off. Adam says the problem is all of City's recent success happened during the period that's being investigated, 2009 to 2023. Diaz, of course, yeah. Diaz as well, and not been replaced. DC, the offside goal really helped you, though. Well, I thought it was offside, but when they played it back, it clearly wasn't offside. I thought it wasn't a handball for the first one. I was amazed the first one got ruled out. So the first one, I'm astonished that the first one gets ruled out. But given that one gets ruled out, I think we deserved a little bit of luck for the second one. It's not like Liverpool have ever not had some bad decisions go against us in recent title races and big seasons, have we? Timber's just brought down. Who is it he's brought down there? Is it Spence or... No, Kolomwani. It's a yellow card for Timber. Yellow card for Timber. It was Sarr, wasn't it? Yeah, it's a clear yellow. That poor from Timber. Really, really poor. Rangers scores 2-2, mate. Livingston down to 10 men. Hibs beat Celtic at Parkhead. So it's Celtic 1, Hibs 2. That one's finished. Livingston 2, Rangers 2. So Hearts will be absolutely delighted with that result. Beating Falkirk last night. Hearts now 4 points clear. Unless Rangers can pinch one late on against Livy. But it's not looking very good for Rangers. And it's a free kick to Spurs. Come on. It's going to be a goal kick. Terrible. Timbo Key, there's 11 men in the Nottingham area under arrest for robbery. Christopher says, people don't realise how good the lower teams are now. That's why Spurs are down there, because all the teams are good. I don't know about that. Not sure about that. I don't think that's... I don't think the reason that there's less... I don't think City and Arsenal being pretty poor but being in a title race is a reflection of the rest of the league. Not in my opinion, anyway. I appreciate that opinion. I respect it if people want to think it, but it's not something I hold. It's not an opinion I hold. I think all the mid-table teams are good and the top teams are rubbish. I was going to say, I think if anything, I think the mid-table teams are just all right. They've maybe held where they were, and the top teams have regressed massively. That should have been a red for Timber. Sarah says, how Liverpool cheats. Virgil didn't touch the ball, so him being offside doesn't stop the goalie from saving the goal. Yeah, I was going to say, it's nothing to do with Van Dijk, is it? Van Dijk wasn't even the person who headed it. Right, Arsenal getting a little bit more joy in terms of possession, but still not really creating all that much in the way of clear chances since before the break. That's going to be a foul, I think. Foul to Arsenal, yeah. Xavi Simons. Will says, if he's interim, who's in the running for the job? Glasner, Iraola, Amorim, Poch. Those are the top four, I think, for Spurs. Pochettino, after the World Cup, he's obviously USA manager. Amorim's out of contract. Ooh, that's going to be a yellow card. Yeah, Zubamendi's gone down there. I think Kolo Muani caught him late. I think it is going to be a yellow card for Kolo Muani. Oh, he's not going to be a yellow card. Good lad. No yellow card. Well done. Good lad, referee. I like that. Well done, sir. No yellow card. Adam says the biggest difference is all squads have far more quality and can punish complacency easily. That's true. Yeah, squads have become far more important, I think. Timbo says, to be clear, I think the goal should have stood. Just think it was a robbery on the balance of play. But we had 2 goals go in. How could it be a robbery? Forest didn't do anything. How could it be a robbery? That's surely rage bait. You can't say it's a robbery. They literally haven't... They didn't do anything all game. They had 1 chance early in the first half. And we had multiple chances throughout the game and scored what I would have considered to be 2 perfectly good goals. Arsenal are going to win this, fam. If you say so, Rasta, I hope this is one of your predictions you get wrong, mate. As an Arsenal fan, you get most of your predictions right in this chat, but I really hope you get this one wrong, sir. Timbo, you didn't do anything either. Should have been 0-0. Well, Curtis Jones missed a sitter. So even if you say Curtis Jones missed a sitter and then they missed a sitter in the first half, right? So there you go. Let's cancel that out. Then you've got the 2 goals that we scored. That's a totally normal away performance at Forest. Especially when they've sat 11 men behind the ball all game. It usually takes a bit of a lucky break to get it. And yeah, we got a bit of luck. I don't think it was unjust or anything like that. I think we played well enough to win the game. And I think it was the right decision, to be honest. It was the right decision to give the second goal. The first goal should have stood, in my opinion. Liverpool had the better chances, says Christopher. Agreed. They're in the box here, Arsenal. Pulled it back. Chance. Oh, it's third. It's 1-0. And it's Eze. It's Eze. Tottenham 0. Fucking Arsenal 1. There you go. 31 minutes in. Game's gone. Game's gone. Yeah, whoa, Zubamendi, look at Zubamendi going like this now. Let's focus, it can't happen again. It can't happen again, not like Wolves, lads. Not like Wolves, remember, focus now. Yeah, focus, I think you'll need to, because these guys, we talk about mentality monsters, Jurgen Klopp's mentality monsters. These are mentality mice, Arsenal. They fold like a cheap suit, and it'll happen again. Come on, Spurs. Still early, come on, Spurs. They'll fold like a cheap suit. Any chance of an offside? Let's see. Oh, that's so poor, that down the right-hand side. Saka pulls it back. How on earth, can I just ask this? How on earth has a player got the time to take 2 touches basically in the 6-yard box? How has that been allowed to happen? 2 touches basically in the 6-yard box before anyone else gets near him. That's so poor from Spurs. Spurs have been dreadful, says Welshwing. It's really poor from Spurs defensively. Really, really poor. And do you know what? Maybe that's the best thing that could have happened here. It might have been the best thing to happen because now Spurs have to go for it. They have to go for it. They've got to push out. They've got to push out. Adam says they only play badly after they take the lead, to be honest. Is that Eze's first goal since the last Spurs game? I think it's his first goal, full stop. Oh, in the box, Spurs! Yes! Whoa! Whoa! Focus! Focus, lads! Let's focus! Let's switch on! It only took 30 seconds! When is it gonna end, Robbie? Yes! There you go! It's 1-1, baby! Mentality mice! I told you! They fold like a cheap suit, these bunch. They're shocking! This mob are dreadful. Look at Rice. Rice, yeah, look to the sky. Look to the sky, Declan. You might find a club who'll take your sunshine. It's absolutely shocking. The first shot from Spurs. And it's 1-1. Ho, 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 ho. Yes, baby. Switch on, says Zubamendi. Switch off, baby. There you go. It's back on. Get in there, Reece. Get in there. We love to see it. Surely that's not the better than Gerrard, is it? That's not better than Gerrard Declan Rice, is it? Oh, it's not. I can't believe better than Gerrard is doing that. It's dreadful stuff. Truly dreadful. Yes, Kolo Mawani. I don't know what that means, but well done. Folded like an Aldi tent in a hurricane, says Graham. It's a Rice horror show. Talk about getting cooked. It's fried rice. Oh, DN says best midfielder in the league wouldn't do that. Up the Spurs. Getting real exciting now, says John. Absolutely. It's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. Oh, Timbo says, yeah, Key. Gerrard famously never fucked up in a big game. I know, yeah. But he was still... he couldn't lace his boots, Rice. Chicken fried rice. He couldn't lace his boots. Life of Justin says, Key, I was about to say Spurs could get relegated with fixtures and current form. And then they score immediately. Ah, it's only Arsenal. Lads, it's Arsenal. I bet that's what Igor Tudor's been saying to these in the build-up to this. Lads, it's Arsenal. It's Arsenal. Wolves gave these a game. We should be battering them. Rice, baby. Oh, keep him out. Oh, great save, Vicario, and that should be a goal kick. Yes, well done, referee. Yeah, how much, Vicario? How much, son? Write it up. How much? Too much is the answer. Gamer Guru says, had to make the game exciting, gave them an easy goal, so the 4-1 beating looks better. And Hepic says, might have slipped Gerrard, but he's still the only player to score in every final he ever played. Didn't score in 2007 against AC Milan, did he, in Athens? Could have done with scoring in that. But hey, listen, I'm a Liverpool fan. I wasn't knocking Gerrard. I love him to bits, but just a little fly in the ointment there. Rather I call it than some Arsenal fan giving it stick. Oh, Gabriel going down. They're already time wasting Arsenal. They know a point's good here for them. Look at them, they're panicking. Now I'm panicking. Rice's main weakness has always been not being good under pressure on the half turn in his own half. Saka with the ball in. Far post. Can't get to it. It's out for a corner. Daniel says Saka couldn't lace Nani's boots. It's another corner to Arsenal. Here we go. This is the only time they're going to score. It's the only time they're going to score here. Gabriel. He's been a better corner attacker than he has been a defender in the last few months, hasn't he? Been playing like Titus Bramble for the last 6 months, Gabriel. Ball whipped in. Headed behind. It's going to be another corner. DN says you should never try and do that inside your box in a big game like this, no matter how confident you are. It was arrogance, wasn't it? It was arrogance from Rice. Arrogance, pure arrogance. Timbo says Key celebrated that goal as much as Liverpool's. I rate it. I love it. It's football, mate. We love football. Life of Justin, here we go. Another corner again. Corner again. Ole, ole. Gabriel's sweating. Now I'm panicking. What are we saying? Amari, they go on like they're the best team ever, and DN says play the simple, quick pass, get it back and boot it up. Honestly, if Spurs can win the second balls like they did in that, in that moment for the Kolo Muani goal, I mean, they've got every chance. That's really poor from Spurs again. The defensive stuff from Spurs has been awful. Here's Saka. Gives it away. Timber. Don't let him go down. He's going to go down. Strike. Oh, just wide from Trossard, and it is a corner. Ooh, very nearly 2-1 Arsenal. Very nearly 2-1 Arsenal. Life of Justin says Rice thinking he was back at West Ham, not in a title race, son. He's never experienced one before. Oh yes, the Reggies are being quiet now, thank God. The Reggies will be back in, sir, I'm sure. Don't worry, they'll have their moment. They'll come back in. LFC Devon, I think it'll finish 2-2. That was my prediction before the game as well. I think there'll be goals in this. I didn't think there would be after sort of 10 minutes or whatever it was. Especially not when Arsenal scored. But, yeah, no, maybe it is. Maybe 2-2 is actually looking bang on. Punched away, get it away. Well done, Spurs. Don't let him hit it. Don't let him hit it. That's a foul, ref. Oh, Spurs, you've got to get it away. Good lad. Well done. Here we go. Now on the counter. Go on, Conor Gallagher. Go on, Xavi. Oh, good defending from Arsenal. Craigism says Spurs fans chanting, "Pedo to Arsenal players. Classy club." I mean, hey, listen. There's recriminations still to happen, I think, for that one. Teaching Tony says NFL, NBA use point system, regular season would rule. Arsenal is sad, bro. Long ball forward. Here's Trossard. Can't get done on the turn like that. Well done. Good defending from Spurs. That's better. That's much better. Rasta says 3-1 to the Arsenal, and Mario says Spurs park the bus. It generally doesn't work well. Hey, listen, they parked the bus, and then Igor Tudor said, you know what, go for it, lads. Push up a bit. And all it took was Declan Rice fannying around with it, and they were in. 2-1, first shot, first goal. 1-1, rather. With this Spurs squad, they should be better than what they are. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think Thomas Frank, they needed to show patience with him, but I think maybe in the end it was just a little bit too long. They should have done better. Right, free kick for Spurs here. Chance, if they can get the ball in. Dragosine about to launch it in. El Angelo, very much. You're desperate for me to read that out, aren't you, mate? Just chill out with you're spamming the same stuff in every single time. Just chill out, mate. Chill. Chill, Winston. K.P, you should put as much effort into supporting your own club. I've just watched my club win. It was brilliant. It's fantastic. Timbo says moved here because you're ahead of my TV on the other one. Oh, okay, cool, man. Joel says, really like this Tudor fella. He's good coach. Good coach. DN says next season they need a Xhaka sort of player to boss the team, a proper captain. They're lacking leadership, Spurs, aren't they? I'd agree with that. They're lacking leadership. Xavi Simon's here to take the corner. Come on. Wouldn't it be ironic if Spurs scored a corner? Ball whipped in. Punched away by Raya. Not really all that convincing, Raya, recently. El Angelo still ignored the comment though, Kate. I did, mate, because it wasn't really that interesting. I get it every game, but I just, if you're that desperate for attention, like, I'll give it you. You just don't need to spam. Just relax, like. Bazuki says we've conceded more goals from mistakes than we have from a fair open play. It's becoming a joke. And Ryan Lamb says, normal guy, how's it going, Sarah? Who are you getting fined off? Boring game, this. Yeah, it's shocking, innit? Come on, Spurs. Get a flick on near post here. DN says, Gabriel doesn't want it telling you now. Mistake could come from him today. Just need to press him more. Long ball in. Good throw in. Arsenal head it away. Good defending. Here's Gyökeres. Better from Spurs. Go on, get it in, lad. Far post. Raya. Oh, yeah, unlucky. Better. 2-1, says Peter Cowboy. It sounds crazy, but I'm not that afraid of going to Arsenal next week as a Chelsea fan. I don't think you should be. Listen, you know, you've seen teams pick up points against Arsenal recently. Forest, Liverpool went there and got a draw. United went there and beat them. You know, if Forest and Wolves and Brentford can pick up results against them, then Chelsea absolutely should be going there thinking maybe they can win. Will Forever says, was Tudor an ex-player? If so, who did he play for? He was a Juventus player, Igor Tudor. He was a very good centre-back and could play full-back as well, and even in midfield, I think. But a very, very good player at Juventus. Played in the great Juventus sides with Montero and Torricelli, Vialli, Del Piero, Trezeguet, those sort of Juventus sides. Peruzzi in goal. Good tackle and a goal kick, please, sir. Is it a goal kick? Goal kick for Spurs? Yeah, of course it is. Good decision, referee. Good decision, referee. 8 minutes of added on time. Nedved as well, Andy. Yeah, Nedved. Pavel Nedved. Well, it was a little bit before Nedved, actually. Pavel Nedved was still at Lazio when Igor Tudor was at Juventus. I don't know if they crossed over there. Look at Declan Rice. Look at Declan Rice going like this. Come on, lads. Come on, lads. It's you, Chief. It's you. The absolute cheek. The absolute cheek of Declan Rice to go to his teammates. Yeah, come on. Come on. Keep your heads in the game, lads. Oh. Chelsea will beat these next week. That's not a foul, ref. Good lad. Well done. Gyökeres is screaming at the ref. Get him booked, ref, for dissent. Let's have a booking, please, sir. Get him carded. 8 minutes added time. We've got 6 left to go. 7 left to go, sorry. No, 8. Hang on. 47 minutes. 8, oh yeah, 6 left to go. 6 left to go. I thought it was. That's hilarious. It is so cheeky, that, isn't it? Imagine you making a mistake and you're then like turning round to your teammates and going, hey, come on, lads, let's get our heads in the game. It's so cheeky. I don't remember Rice doing such a bad mistake before. Oh, that's a foul, ref. Last man. Last man. Ref. Ref. That's an absolutely shocking decision, referee. Gabriel's just ragged him down there. Basically a rugby tackle. Should have been a red card for Arsenal. Here's Saka. Keep him out. Good defending, Spurs. Are we going to get a VAR check on this? Let's get a VAR check on that one. Spence gets it up the pitch. Come on. You've got to win it. Strike. Miles over the bar. Right, are we going to get a check now? Let's have a little check. Tell you what, lucky boy here, Gabriel, I think. Lucky boy. Oh, hey, that's a... Do you know what? He's very fortunate there. He's done it again, Gabriel. He's just ran across him and blocked him off there. That is a foul in anyone's book. That is a foul. That was a clear foul. Paddy Ivory says Spurs are so bad. All the way through to David Raya. Listen, a reminder, by the way, that if you've not already, we're live tomorrow for Everton against Manchester United. Big game tomorrow. Everton, Manchester United. If you want to join us for that watch along, make sure you've liked, make sure you've subscribed. We'll be live from 7 o'clock. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff. Oh, Trossard, you've left the ball behind, son. North London forever, says Joe. Timbo says, ironically, they was like Gerrard's. This doesn't slip now before slipping. Maybe they're more alike than we think. Trossard, keep him out. Keep him out. Well done, Vicario. Good lads. Four minutes left. Or 3.5, I guess. Hope Everton wins, says Andy. Yeah, me too, mate. You and me both. Joel says Middlesex FC. Here's Saka. Spencer's done quite well against Saka today. Strike from the edge of the box. Miles. Oh, it's going to be a corner. Will says, could Tyreek George sign a permanent deal at Everton? I think he probably will do. Everton fans haven't been very impressed with him so far, though. 2.5 minutes to go. Corner to Arsenal. The 3 words that every team dreads. Corner to Arsenal. Middlesex v Woolwich, says Joe. Here we go. Come on. 2 minutes. 2 minutes to half time. Keep them out, Spurs. Keep them out. Ball whipped in, headed away. Good lad. Back out. Eze. Cleared away again. Good play from Spurs. Gabriel back over the top. Christ, lads, that's a free kick. Surely. Well done, ref. Kiko says Arsenal are going to win. I don't think so. I can't see it. Not for me. Here we go. A minute to go. Spurs play it long. Amari says the Arsenal players look drained out. I think it's coming from the fact that they are literally, after every moment in the game, they're like this saying to each other, focus, focus. And then there's still moments where they're falling to bits. There's so mentality, like the mentality is so weak with these Arsenal players. They've lost it. I'm telling you, they're literal bottle jobs. I never thought it would be a bottle job that we were talking about. I've said Arsenal would win it, but they really are, mentality-wise. I think they've got a real problem. And I think we need to acknowledge that. They need to acknowledge it. It's coming from somewhere. To keep throwing games away the way that they have, it's so bad. Rasta says 3-1 to the Arsenal. The Oracle has spoken. And Peter Mogandi says Arsenal to win. Kijongo says win for Arsenal as well. Headed away. Spurs. Here's Saka. Back out to Timber. Half-time whistle should be gone now, ref. Blow up. Blow up. Don't let him have the attack. Keep him out. Edge of the box. Supermendi, keep him out. Claim for a free kick. Come on, ref. Blow up. Half-time. Half-time. It is half-time. Well done. There you go. Christ, thank God for that. Joe says, seen a post of Sunderland fans booing the players at full time. Sunderland fans booing the players at full time. Well, now we've got our half-time quiz. I don't know if Welsh Wing's in. I don't know if you're going to be doing a quiz, mate, if you've got one prepared. But there's a couple of other things we can do, if not. Barzuki says we can't play under pressure. It's been our problem for many, many seasons. Always turn into Rage Bait FC near the end of the season. It's baffling to me just how insecure they appear for such a really good side. And they are. They're a really, really good side. It's just baffling to me how insecure they are as a football team. Timbo says, come on, you Spurs. Football is grateful for your service. I know, yeah. Do you remember the other week when Arsenal did all the Arsenal fans were saying thank you to Spurs for securing the title because they got the point out of Man City in the end. And then now it's going to be the other way around. Spurs deserve nothing from this, to be honest, says Mark. Behave yourself, Mark. Come on, don't be like that. Right, so let me just get my trusty notepad. Dan says Arsenal are bottling it. Aren't they just? I am Crute says, been very impressed. Been very impressed with Spurs, or with Dragusin, sorry. Was that? I've got the wrong notepad. Here we go. Got my notepad right. Here we go. Let's... Daniel, your 2-2 prediction is on course. And Mark, I'll never understand why United and Liverpool fans want City to win. Because City play better football, Mark. That's all it is. There's nothing else to it. It's literally just that. There's nothing more to it. I have no issue with Arsenal or their fans or the club. But I like watching good football. And I think Arsenal are the antithesis of that, to be honest. Yeah, City play better football. That's all it boils down to. City play better football. That's why I want City to win it. Two-half game. Keith says, what did you make of the first half, Keith? Also, good evening. Good to see you, Keith. I loved that first half. It was brilliant, wasn't it? It was peak Arsenal in that they score, they go in front, they get all excited. You see the players going, focus, stay mentally focused. 2 seconds later, ball's in the onion bag at the other end of the pitch. Barzuki, as an Arsenal fan, I haven't once said we're going to win the league this season. Even when we had a decently big gap, anything can happen in football, and Arsenal can't seem to stay consistent. Barzuki, couldn't agree more, mate, and a really, really fair assessment of your own team. I really appreciate that. Right. Time for our halftime quiz. I want you to tell me, if you can, let me just jot this down a second. Right, I want you to tell me, if you can, get your answers in the chat. The top 20... which one do I go with here? I've got a couple of quizzes I can give you, but I'm going to go with... Right, balls to it. We'll go with that one. So, the top 20 Spurs players by number of appearances in the Premier League. Given we're watching Spurs, I thought we'd do a Spurs-themed one. We did do top scorers in the North London derby earlier, so let's do this as a halftime quiz. Give me the top 20 Spurs appearance holders in the Premier League. Get your answers in the chat and we'll go through them now. Federico Fernandez. Harry Kane is right. Harry Kane is third. Yes. Who else have we got in the chat? Son, yes. Heung-min Son is second. Robbie Keane is 12th. Jermaine Defoe is 5th. Good answer. Not Aurelio Gomez. I would have said Aurelio Gomez as well. Good answer, but no, it's not Aurelio Gomez. Anderton, Darren Anderton. Yes, Darren Anderton is correct. Not Michael Carrick. No, Hugo Lloris is top. Hugo Lloris is first. Correct. Sol Campbell and Aaron Lennon. Yes, Aaron Lennon is 8th. Sol Campbell is 9th. Not Ryan Mason. No. Kyle Walker is right, though. Kyle Walker is 11th. Gareth Bale's not on the list. No. Eriksen, yes. Christian Eriksen is 17th. Not Brad Friedel. Rasta, what's the quiz question, Key? Quiz question is the top 20 Spurs appearance holders in Premier League history. So far, you've got Christian Eriksen at 17, 12 Robbie Keane, 11 Kyle Walker, 10 Sol Campbell, 9 Aaron Lennon, 9 Sol Campbell, 8 Aaron Lennon, 7 you've not got, 6 is you've not got, 5th is Defoe, 4th Darren Anderton, 3rd Harry Kane, second Heung-min Son, and first Lloris. So still quite a few to go. Not Rose, not Modric. Clive Wilson is before the Premier League. Not Paul Robinson. Ledley King is right though. Ledley King is 8th. Dembele, good answer. Dembele is 20th. Moussa Dembele, one of the most underrated players in Premier League history, many would say. Vertonghen, yes, Vertonghen is 15th. Good answer. Toby and Jan, not Alderweireld, no, but Vertonghen's there. Modric is not there. Bale is not there. Moura, no, not Lucas Moura. Michael Dawson, good answer. Michael Dawson is 14th. Not Danny Rose, not Lineker. Ben Davis. Ben Davis is 10th. Good answer. So you've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left to get of the 20. There's 5 left to get of the 20. So far you've got Dembele. Hang on a minute. Oh, that's why. Yes. Dembele, Eriksen, Vertonghen, Dawson, Keane, Kyle Walker, Ben Davis, Sol Campbell, Aaron Lennon, Ledley King, Jermaine Defoe, Darren Anderton, Harry Kane, Heung-min Son, and Hugo Lloris. They're the only ones you've got so far. Not Yunus Kabul. Eric Dyer is correct though. Eric Dyer is 6th. Good answer. So you've now got the top 12 and missing 13th, 16th, 18th and 19th. There's a very recent player, a very recent England player as well who you've not got. Not Wanyama, not Freddie Canute. Stephen Carr, Brendan. Good answer. See, Stephen Carr is 16th. Stephen Carr's there. Not Darren Bent, not Jamie Redknapp. Not Berbatov. We've got Robbie Keane. We've got Lloris, Son, Kane, Anderton, Defoe, Dyer, Ledley King, Aaron Lennon, Sol Campbell, Ben Davis, Kyle Walker, Robbie Keane, Michael Dawson, Jan Vertonghen, Stephen Carr, Christian Eriksen, and Moussa Dembele. Not Lamella. Dele Alli is correct. Dele Alli is 19th, just alongside Moussa Dembele. Not Trippier. Jermaine Defoe we've already got. Not Jermaine Genius. Not Spence. You've said Walker, but I'll give it you. Ian Walker is correct. Ian Walker, the goalkeeper. Floppy-haired Ian Walker. Never played for England, I don't think, Ian Walker, but he was a reliable goalkeeper for Spurs for many years. He's 18th. There's one left to get, and he was an absolute Premier League icon. A Premier League icon. Not Alderweireld, not Waddle. No, not Chris Waddle. Katasube says, David from Uganda, Spurs will win 3-2. Good to see you, David. Lots of love to Uganda. Charmy says, Lloris. We've already got Lloris. Lloris is top. Not Gaza. Not Sean Dyche. Not Kabul. Not Chimbonda. Yo, Corey, how's it going? Not Asu Akoto. Not Asu Akoto, no. Heung-min Son, we've already got. We're doing the top 20. If you've just joined us, we always do a halftime quiz. And given it's the North London derby, we're doing the top 20 Spurs Premier League appearance holders. The players who have appeared the most for Spurs in the entire Premier League. Top is Dembele. Sorry, 20th is Dembele. Then it's Dele Alli. Then it's Ian Walker. Christian Eriksen, Stephen Carr, Jan Vertonghen, Michael Dawson, then this player, then it's Robbie Keane, then it's Kyle Walker, Ben Davis, Sol Campbell, Aaron Lennon, Ledley King, Eric Dyer, Jermaine Defoe, Darren Anderton, Harry Kane, Heung-min Son, and Hugo Lloris is first. One left to get, and 3-star has got it right. 3-star's got it, and Danny's got it as well. Teddy Sheringham. Teddy Sheringham, 13th. Fabulous player. My next clue would have been that he scored in a Champions League final. So yeah, Teddy Sheringham getting a goal in the Champions League final. Scored a lot of goals for Spurs. He is the 13th most appeared player in the Premier League. What a player he was as well. I don't know if we've got any more quizzes, Welshwing. Have we got that? I don't know if Welshwing's in. Either way, could we do? What about, get your answers in the chat. Let me know, because someone asked me this the other day. If we was to do a combined 11 between this current Arsenal side, right, this current Arsenal side, who are apparently going to win the quadruple, against the Spurs Pochettino side that reached the Champions League final, right? The best Spurs side in recent memory, right? If we were to do a combined Spurs-Arsenal 11, what would that look like? Get your answers in the chat. Who would it be? Would it be Hugo Lloris or would it be David Raya? Keith says, didn't you say the Premier League? I did, yeah. Premier League. Teddy Sheringham was playing for Spurs all through the early 90s and mid-90s and late 90s as well. Paul Molyneux, here's a quiz for you, Key. Oh, go on, mate. Yeah, go on. Give us the quiz, Paul. If you're new here, I will just say this. If you're new here, we watch games of football every single day on this channel. We watch more watch-alongs than any other channel. We're watching Everton against Manchester United tomorrow. Tuesday, we're doing Inter Milan against Bodo Glimt. Bodo Glimt 3-1 up from the first leg. Unbelievable opportunity for Bodo Glimt to get into the Champions League knockout round proper, past the playoff round. Then we're doing Benfica Real Madrid on Wednesday night. What an unbelievable game that's going to be with all of the Vinicius Prestiani stuff going on as well. So, yeah, let me know what you're thinking on that one. But if you've not already, make sure you've hit like. Make sure you've subscribed. Paul says, who has won the league 4 times in February but never picked up a trophy in May for it? Paul. Oh, that's absolutely devastating for... I can't even... I feel ashamed that I've even read that out, Paul. I feel terrible. I feel really terrible having read that out. Gamer Guru, if the first half is anything to go by, I think we win this 3-1. I think you probably win it, to be honest, still. And Gigi says Arsenal to win this 3-1. Joseph says Tottenham 1, Arsenal 3. Daniel, well, Spurs whole front line, right back and left back, and possibly the 2 midfielders. Okay, well, if we were going to do a combined 11, I think this is what mine would look like. So, you've got Hugo Lloris or David Raya. For me, it would be Lloris. Lloris or Raya. And then... Bikwaso, I am Vincent from Uganda. Good lad, Vincent. Good to see you. Let's have a look at that 2019 Spurs Champions League final side, which was about as good as it gets for them, wasn't it? So, Trippier or Timber? I think that's Timber, isn't it? Then it's Toby Alderweireld and Jan Vertonghen. They were really good. Who was it Saliba and Gabriel or Vertonghen and Alderweireld? Would you do a mix of them too? Gabriel, Saliba, Alderweireld, Vertonghen. I thought they were terrific. I really thought they were terrific. Robert Rushing says, what Rice was doing with the ball in front of the goals, I have no idea. It was really poor from Declan Rice, wasn't it? Terrible from Declan Rice. Gabriel and Saliba over them, come on, they were good, but Gabriel and Saliba are better. I don't know, you know. I think I'd probably be inclined to put, like, Saliba and Alderweireld in there. Maybe even Vertonghen, actually. Vertonghen was probably better than Alderweireld, wasn't he? I'd have gone Saliba and Vertonghen. But even still, let's go Saliba, Gabriel. We're nearly off and underway for the second half here. Danny Rose and Calafiori, or Danny Rose and whoever you want to put it. It's Arsenal's, to be fair. We'll just call that Calafiori. Let's get the second half clock underway. If you're a Spurs fan, hit like. If you're an Arsenal fan, hit subscribe. Right, we're off and underway. Second half. Oh, we're not just yet. No, ref still... I think he's got another issue with his communication going on here. Not Danny Rose, left back. It's not Danny Rose at left back. I'm not having that. Midfield. So you had Rice, Sissoko, Ali, Winks, Ericsson. I think you'd have Ericsson. I think prime Ericsson would get in there. So I would go Rice. I'd probably go Rice, Ericsson, Ali. Rice, Ericsson, Ali. And then I think front three, you'd be looking at Son, Kane, Saka, maybe. There you go. So actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to Spurs, 6 to Arsenal. It's not that bad. I'd have Eriksen, Ali and Rice in midfield, Son, Kane and Saka as the front three. With Calafiori, Gabriel, Saliba and Timber. That's basically me giving Arsenal everything defensively, isn't it? Bazuki says, Lloris, Trippier, Saliba, Gabriel, Rose. You'd have Rose in. Rice, Lucas Moura, Odegaard. Lucas Moura? Wow. Martinelli gets in over Son. Behave yourself. Behave yourself. Dembele over Ali. When Dembele wasn't in, Dembele didn't play in the Champions League final, did he? Yeah, he wasn't even on the bench. I think he'd left by then, hadn't he? Paul says, evening Key, how you doing, mate? Come on, new Arsenal for one day only. Good to see you, Paul. But I can't see Spurs throwing it away. I think mentality. I think Arsenal are they're just so vulnerable. So vulnerable. Rasta says Dele Alli over who, fam, honestly. I think if you put Dele Alli in midfield, at the tip of the midfield, with Eriksen and Rice sitting, that is the best possible midfield three you could get. Out of this Arsenal three, plus the Spurs three that played so well with Poch. I would have Eriksen, Rice and Ali as the midfield three. Yawn. Obsessed. Oh, no. Martinelli can't even get in over Trossard. Reece, a lot of players have said Dembele's been the best player they've played against. I like Dembele, but he wasn't in the Poch, like peak Pochettino squad. These officials and their communications, they're having a nightmare. Not you, Key. I was thinking then, Christ, what's up with you? Why are you having a pop at me for? Bazuki said he showed what he's capable of against Ajax, Lucas Moura. He also showed what he was capable against Liverpool, didn't he, when he threw it away in the last minute. Multi-billion-pound league, by the way. Yeah. Reece, I have to say, prime Dele Alli was unbelievable. He was, wasn't he? He was fantastic, Dele Alli. Really, really good player. Timbo, Dembele makes it a better midfield. I'm sure he was still there, just injured for the final. Okay, well, maybe even if we put Dembele in. Let's say we put Moussa Dembele in for who? Eriksen? Ali? Maybe you put Eriksen, Dembele and Rice in. Either way, that's fine. I accept that one. Onapermo says, disappointing for you today to lose like that. Played the first half really well. Here we go. We're off and underway for the second half at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Come on, Spurs. And Spurs have already started off on the front foot. Here's Xavi Simons. Hits it. Oh, good strike, good save. Unlucky. Good effort from Xavi Simons. Very, very nearly 2-1. Jamie says today the league is mocking us with these silly referee antics. And Bazuki, what did I just hear Carragher say? The game is getting played without technology. Is it actually? If Arteta subs off Eze, I'm going to lose it. He will do. You watch. He'll put Odegaard on for Eze at some point. Gamer Guru says Rice telling the team to focus to then make a mistake was very Gerrard-like. And Jessica says Tottenham will win the match. Let's hope so. Rasta, Dele Alli is a waste man, fam. Honestly, please don't take the mick out of me. Mate, Dele Alli was a wonderful player. At his best, he was a top quality player. There wasn't a side in the world that wouldn't have had Dele Alli when he was really at his best. It's a shame what's happened to him. Rice lays it off. Declan Rice giving it away. That's poor from Rice. Hey, Sam. How's it going, mate? Good to see you. I'm rooting for you, lads, in the Premier League title race. What's going on? Things have changed. Here's Gyökeres. Oh, he's done it. He's done it. Gyökeres. As if, just as we were saying we're rooting for City, Gyökeres has put it in. And it's the first time I'll actually say, fair play, lad, it's a good finish, it's a good goal, do your celebration, lad. And he's not done it. I'm sure he will. Sure he will, go on. Oh, there he is doing it. It's 2-1 Arsenal, 47 minutes in. Shocking. 2-1. Victor Gyökeres. Of all people, what a hit. Do you know what? And it just come from Spurs starting the game. They're still in the dressing room, Spurs. They're still in the dressing room. Look at this pass. Get to him. Close him down, for God's sake. Look at Vicario. Vicario's like, what are you doing? Get out to him. Oh, it's so easy. It's too easy, that. It's far too easy. Dreadful. You're on for your 2-2 draw. Well, hey, listen. Focus, Arsenal. Focus, Arsenal. Come on, hey. They did this in the last one. They'll concede again in a minute. Focus, Arsenal. Focus, baby. Kwaku says, my brother, give Arsenal the credit. I have. It was a great goal. It was a great goal. Fair play to Gyökeres. Adam says Gyökeres decided to finally show up for a big game, if you call this a big game. Well, hey, listen, they conceded within 60 seconds of scoring last time. I wouldn't be so happy just yet. Tottenham to score, says Moses. I'm teaching Tony, I call it a big game. EPL's OSU, Michigan. Gyökeres is a flop, yet Ekatike is only one in front. Giga Chad Gyökeres has got Key fuming. Oh, come on. Telling you, there's another goal in this. I'm telling you, there's another goal for Spurs in this. It's coming. Rasta, I told you I was right, K. 3-1 to the Arsenal. Don't count your chickens, Rasta. Don't count your chickens just yet. Gamer Guru, Spurs have been awful all game. One Rice mistake is the only touch in the box they've had. Gyökeres worth every penny. Got people on here saying Gyökeres is the best striker in the world. Rasta says, AK, Liverpool won earlier, so enjoy. We're going to give it to Spurs as usual. Come on. It's all right. Listen, even if Arsenal do win, I can live with it. Because Liverpool won late. It's all good. Good ball in. Raya. Oh, hey, lucky boy. Lucky boy. Pure in Heart says Arsenal would never be champions of Europe. Well, they've never been so far. That might change by the end of the season. Good ball in. Oh, unlucky. Nate says, I hope Arsenal win today, but I feel like a draw. I am nervous, actually. Liverpool won. Congrats. I know there are people who don't want Arsenal to win the league, but anything is better than City winning, even if they don't play the most attractive style of football. I disagree, mate. I think I'd rather a City side win it, even just with the 1-1-5. I'd still rather they win it playing actually decent football. Here's Eze. Should be 2. Oh, it's great defending, and Vicario keeps it in. Well played. Should have been 3, that, to be honest. Albo says 97 goals in 103 games for Sporting. Famously a tough league, the Portuguese league, isn't it, as well? Yeah. Is it Jose Fonte? You remember Jose Fonte? He's the former Southampton defender, centre-back. Yeah, he's 41. He's currently playing in Portugal. Some tough centre-backs out there, man. Some really, really tough centre-backs. Gyökeres is better than Pele. He's the Swedish Pele. Come on, Spurs. What a run this is. Go on, Xavi. Go on, Xavi. Hit it, lad. Hit it. The crap these. Oh. Yorkshire, I need another goal to top in our Le Bon League. K. Jonesy, you're just not accepting reality. Gyökeres clears R9. Oh my God. Raya panics for no reason at all. It boggles the mind. He's Flappy Bird, isn't he? That's what he is. That's what his new nickname, Flappy Bird. Just forever, just flapping at the ball. A little bit like Pickford. Here's Gallagher. Come on, Spurs. Jesus saves, and Gyökeres taps in the rebound. Gallagher with the ball in. No. Yes! Give it! Give the goal! Give the goal! That's not a free kick! Give the goal! Give the goal! That's not a free kick! That's not a free kick! Give the goal! That is not a free kick! That is a total dive, yeah! Igor Tudor, you tell him, lad. It's a total and utter dive from Arsenal. Diving Gunners. It's an absolute dive. That's shocking. That is shocking. Never a shove in the back. Should be 2-2. Should be 2-2. Wonderful ball in from Gallagher. And the ball comes down. And Gabriel. Ah, look at this. Do you know what? Have some shame. Have some shame. Look at it. I've never seen such nonsense. It's a great finish from Kolo Muani. That was never, ever a shove in the back. I tell you what, I can't believe that has been ruled out. I can't believe that's been ruled out. That's disgusting. Never in a million years was that a foul. This referee, look at Reece. Even an Arsenal fan knows. Arsenal fans know. Referee's man of the match, yeah, exactly. They know it. They know it. You got away with one there, Arsenal. That's a massive dive. Referee's man of the match. Too right. Referee's an own goal. Changes week after week. Paul says you'll lose half your subscribers cheering Spurs on, fella. Olympic dive, though. It was. This is it. I don't say anything that Arsenal fans themselves don't acknowledge in dark corners away from these streams. They played dreadful football, and that was a dive. He's basically broken his spine there. Spurs should bring the young player Luca Williams-Barnett on. Wolves, deja vu. And Bazuki, that is a horror of a decision, but I'm thankful we've got Stevie Wonder as a ref. It's never, ever, but putting a hand on someone's back does not mean a shove. He literally, he pulls his legs away. It's the biggest dive going, that. Come on, don't, mate, Nate, I like you, mate. I like Nate a lot. I like you, but that's a dive. We've got Arsenal fans all in each live saying it's a dive, and the referees let him off there. That is a dive. Gabriel has been a lucky boy. Ethan says 2 light hands on his lower back, and look how he kicks his leg out like he's been shot. It's true, isn't it? Like he's been absolutely poleaxed. Jamie, my centre-back right there. Yeah, absolutely. I can understand it. They're made up, these Arsenal fans. Absolutely made up. Refereeing decision yet again. John, I hate to say it, but it was a dive. Thank you. Hey, listen. I hope the Arsenal fans that have been giving me stick remember this. Rice is in. Pulled back, cleared away. I hope they remember this, because it's not just me saying it. Nasanzi says, visit Rwanda. I am from Rwanda. Good lad, Jeremy. Albo says, you're mocking the Portuguese league, yet you was excited for Darwin Núñez. I was excited for Darwin Núñez because Darwin Núñez was winning us games of football. This is the first time I've seen Gyökeres do anything. 70 million quid. Ant says, I'm an Arsenal fan and that wasn't a foul. Goal should have stored. I'm glad. Gamer Guru says, Key, stop talking refs when your team cheated Forest. Behave yourself. Cheated Forest. I've never heard such nonsense. We should have had the first goal allowed. Never mind the second. Corin says the officials have been poor today. They have, haven't they, Corin? Yeah, massively so. Rice with a corner. Cleared away. Only to the far post, and Vicario claims it. Well done. Adam says nobody said winning a league is easy, but Arsenal's ability to self-sabotage needs to be studied. And Kieran says I'm going to give Gabriel a 9.5 for that dive. Shocking, innit? Really shocking. Mosquera's just came on, and no idea how refs always fall for that slight contact dives. Same with around the corner flag too. Yeah, when they're running into their own corner flag and they just fall on the ball every time, innit? Shocking. The one and only got a 5 on him, scored twice. That goal should have stood. Nate says, bro, I want Gyökeres out of Arsenal. He's lazy as fuck. Oh, well. Let's see. Why has he brought Timber off? I don't know, maybe he's concerned because he's on a booking, isn't he, Timber? Maybe he's a little bit concerned about him being a possible red card, and a little bit like what happened with Chelsea yesterday with Fofana. You know, a bit of a liability. If he gets sent off, then, you know, Arsenal's game becomes a whole lot harder. User 822, any games soon, Key? Seem to be sat at home every time Liverpool play. No, mate, I don't go to games anymore. Stop going to games. Don't go to games, and will not be going to games ever again unless my little girl decides when she gets older she wants to go to him. But no, I have no plan at all. Will not be going to games again. Been very, very lucky. Been all over the world watching Liverpool, but will not be anymore. Vicario does very well there. Good save. Good save. Jarua says it's 2-1 Arsenal. Fix the score, buddy. What score? Score says 2-1 Arsenal. What are you on about? Sura says, game, I told you he was shit. He can't even dive properly. DN says, not even if companies offer you tickets on here. That happens to a lot of people like you. No, absolutely not. No interest in going at all. Won't be going again. Like I said, unless my little girl decides she wants to go in future, then I'd be delighted to go with her and take her, but I won't be going again. Punterholic says, Arsenal are unwatchable. Give all these bums cards for diving. And Dr. Evo says, which team was the fastest to score? Well, the first to score, it was Arsenal scored first. Eze scored first. Kolo Muani with an equaliser. And then Gyökeres has just scored what may well be the winner. They're in here again, Arsenal. It should be 3. It should be 3. Saka's fluffed it. Eze, there you go. That's going to be a goal. Spurs. Oh, and he's doing the spinneroonie like Booker T. He's giving it the old Booker T. Eze, he only turns up for Spurs, this lad. He'll be back on the bench next week. And he's not going to the World Cup either. Enjoy, Eberechi, Ebenchi, Eze. Enjoy it, mate. Because that's about as good as it's getting for you in the Arsenal. It's Spurs 1, Arsenal 3. No scaffold needed today in the North London derby. They've done it without the scaffold. Spurs have been dreadful defensively. And it's another tap-in, to be honest, for Eze. Look at the state of that. It's so bad. So bad. And Eze gets another tap-in. It's Spurs 1, Arsenal 3. Game done. Set match. Game over. 30 minutes to go. And they've got the win that we all thought they'd get. Absolutely shocking. Who said Dragasins had a good game? Who said Dragasins had a good game? Behave yourself. He's been garbage. Corinne says, if that Kolo Muani goal stood... Well, yeah, if the Kolo Muani goal stood as it should have done, then it's a different game, isn't it? It's a different game if Kolo Muani's goal stands as it should. Rasta, I told you, fam, 3-1 to the Arsenal. The oracle's spoken. Rasta, I wish you were wrong once in a blue moon, mate, but no, sadly you're right. Eze owns North London. It's a shame he doesn't own a World Cup place. 60 million, doesn't get a World Cup place. Poor fella. Eze loves to show Spurs how shit they are. Honestly, they just roll him out for Spurs games. He's on the bench rest of the season. On the bench the rest of the season. Do you know what's wonderful as well is these Arsenal fans will use this game as a leap to say, look how well we played against Spurs. Look at the free-flowing, beautiful attacking football we played. Get on your bike. Get out of town. Bazuki says anything can happen, Key. It's end of the season. Arsenal we're watching, hoping for a good outcome though, of course. And Nate says, Arsenal scored. Let's go, please, Arsenal. Lock in if this goes draw. I'm going to stop supporting Arsenal. 30 minutes to go, listen. Mentality mice. Mentality mice. Swifty, I've always rated as a cracking lad too, Key, be honest. I don't know him, mate. I've never been to the pub with him, so I don't know how he is as a person. But as a footballer, he's persistently getting benched, and I think he would probably regret the move to Arsenal, to be honest. Vivian says, Eze should have gone to Spurs. And Kwaku says, Sun Park was always on the bench until United played Arsenal. Well, I know, yeah. I just, like I said, I think Eze will look back on his decision to go to Arsenal and not Spurs and be, a bit of remorse there, to be honest. DN says, it's not even a derby, this. Nowhere near as good as the Tyne and Weir. Origi, the person who haunted Everton, well, Arsenal may have their Origi. Gyökeres's best game for Arsenal, this. It is, isn't it? Yeah, he's done all right today, Gyökeres. Done really well, actually. Good goal. Done well. Swifty, he's an Arsenal fan and could win a title. Like I said, yeah, if you want to sit on a bench and win a title, then he's picked the right decision. But he ain't going to go to the World Cup. That's the swap he's made. He might win a title. He might not, of course. I mean, the way Arsenal have been playing, it wouldn't be terribly surprising if he swapped his World Cup for a second place runners-up medal. But he's definitely not going to the World Cup. And I think that's the biggest factor at play here, because I'm sure he would have wanted to play for England. He's in again here, Eze. Could be a hat-trick, though. The Goat says, haven't been able to watch it. Do Arsenal deserve the current results? No. No, Spurs should have equalised. The referee gave a stupid decision, which was never, ever a foul, and it should have been 2-2. And at 2-2, it's a different game, isn't it? 2-2, it's a different game. DN, I've not seen a proper tackle, no aggression, no nothing, just a normal Prem game. And Reece says, respectfully, we've been all over Spurs. You have, but it was also 2-2. It was also 2-2, literally a few minutes before the goal. And the referee rules it out for no reason whatsoever. And every Arsenal fans will say, yeah, we got away with that one there. Yeah, because it should have been 2-2. And at 2-2, it's a different game. Kwaku says, what makes you think he won't go to the World Cup? I think because you have to be playing football, really. To go to the World Cup, I think you have to have played football regularly. And he's not playing football regularly. He's on the bench more often than not. He's been sort of a bit part player throughout the season. And you look at Foden, you look at Rodgers, you look at Bellingham. You look at Cole Palmer, maybe, who's another factor. There's just too many players in this position who actually start games of football and are key players for their club and affect games of football. And Eze's not that guy. I really rated Eze at Palace and I rated Gyökeres at Sporting. I still rate them both now, to be honest. Ryan says it is a foul by the letter of the law. Behave yourself, Ryan. Come on. It's never a foul, that. Ryan says just where he watched McAllister's goal that got ruled out and it does actually hit his elbow. I disagree. I don't think you're giving that as a handball. Julia says Arsenal fans will say they're going to win the quadruple again. Listen, I think at 2-2 it's a different game, but Arsenal inevitably have been the better side today. I'm not denying they've not been the better side. Spurs have been dreadful defensively. They've been all over the place defensively. Arsenal deserve the 3 points if indeed they go on to get it. I think Gyökeres has been fantastic today. But I'll also say that the referee has massively let Arsenal off. That you can believe those two things at once. Arsenal deserve the win while still saying they've been very, very fortunate. Very fortunate. Richarlison's coming on. Hey, you say Richarlison, I'm sure Arsenal are scared. He scored a worldie against these in the other game. Ant says, if Arsenal scored like Liverpool by the arm, you'd say it's handball. Nah, listen, there's no way you can be giving that as a handball. It hits his back. Maybe at a push, part of the back of his arm. But he's not even looking at it, and he's 2 yards, not even 2 yards, he's like a yard away from it. Inches away from it. You can't be giving that as a handball. That's just mad. It's absolute madness. But even still, doesn't matter anyway, because we still won in the end. We won, we scored a perfectly legitimate goal after that. So I'm made up anyway, we got the win. Christopher, that's never a foul in 97 out of 100 games. 100% we are fortunate, I agree, Key. It's true, that's all I'm saying. I think you can say that Arsenal are the better team and deserve to win, while still acknowledging that they've been very fortunate with that big moment in the game. Gamer Guru Worldy, he took a pop shot when Raya was at the halfway line. Mate, if you're saying that Richarlison's goal at the Emirates was not a worldie, I don't know what planet you're on. That was an absolutely incredible effort from Richarlison. Corin says Maka had his first decent game today for you this season. Oh, honestly, Corin, I thought he was awful all game. He couldn't pass 5 yards. But he turned up in the big moments at the end. That's the only thing I would say. But other than that, he was awful. Richarlison coming on, that's a red card waiting to happen. I think Kolo Muani's goal should have counted. Agreed, yeah. Casper says football's finished if that's a foul. Should be a corner, this one. Is it going to be a corner? Well done, Richarlison. That's a corner, yeah, come on. No, ooh. Sean, think Everton win tomorrow? I hope so, Sean. I'll be rooting for them. I'm going to be changing my background to blue. Not the white light. I'll be changing it to a nice... Not that one. That one. We'll have a nice royal Everton blue tomorrow to celebrate Everton. But for now, we'll stick with white light for Spurs. Come on, Spurs. DN says, surely you don't take Kolo Muani off. He's been good when he's had the ball. Spurs have just been awful. They've been poor. Ant says, Key, who was injured in the warm-up for Liverpool? It was Wirtz. Yeah, Florian Wirtz was injured. And Bazuki says, in my eyes, no one deserves the league this season apart from Villa. They've put up a good fight whilst the top six haven't been performing to their standards. To be honest, I think Villa have been god-awful in the last few months. I think they're starting to focus more on the Europa League. Christopher, he was so good last year. This year, I'm afraid, I think he's been awful, but Liverpool haven't been at it the entire year. And Gamer Guru Richarlison will score. Take his top off for Arsenal to only score 2 more after. Ben says, what a game from Gyökeres, by the way. He has been good today, Gyökeres. I'll give him his due. He has done well today. He's played well. Al says, the quadruple is not happening, but I'll be happy with the double. I think you've got to win something this year. I still think it really does boil down to that Carabao Cup final. If you win the Carabao Cup final against City, I think you go on to win the league. I think if you lose it, there's a real possibility you win nothing. Here's Eze. Over to Saka. Strike. Oh, unlucky. Keeper should do better there, really, but it's gone wide. Gamer Guru, Villa got a whiff of a title race and crumbled. Spurs are always Spursy, says Rasta. It's a very Spursy performance, this, isn't it? It's not quite... Excuse me. It's not quite the Spurs that I was expecting to see or hoping to see today. Quadruple is ours, says Rasta. And Casper says Arsenal look angry today after the Wolves game. Angry? I don't think they look very composed, I'll be honest. I think, Arsenal have made quite a few mistakes in this game that in other games, maybe against better, more clinical teams, would have cost them. It's a 3-1 game, but it's, I don't think it's a convincing win. Like I said, I think if the referee's done his job here, it's 2-2 and it's a completely different game. So Spurs can count themselves unfortunate. But overall, Arsenal have had the better chances. Arsenal have been a lot more dominant in possession. There's still 20 minutes left and Spurs don't even look like they've not laid a glove on Arsenal. This is meant to be a derby. So intensity has undoubtedly dropped for Spurs. And I think if I was a Spurs fan, that would be the thing that would be most upsetting, most galling to me, is that even with a brand new manager coming in, this lot looks so flat. In the biggest of big games, Spurs are still looking meek and flat and sapped of energy and just nothing really about them. Maybe they're missing Romero today. Maybe it's that. Stadium atmosphere is very quiet from Spurs, and according to Spurs needed Solanke, to be honest. Yeah, I think Solanke today might have made a big difference. Solanke out injured again. Yeah, sadly. Simons is so poor for that kind of money. Yeah, I mean, he's very young as well. Again, if I'm going to give the grace to players like Wirtz and Voltemade and, young players who have come to the Premier League, I think you've got to give it Sesko as well. You've got to give it to Xavi Simons as well. He's a young player. I think it's going to take him some time. Three-star Reds. Come on, sir. Are we having a card for that mic? Gamer Guru says, more chances, dominant, yet not a convincing win. Key, what are you on about? Because a convincing win would not have required a referee's decision to make that 2-2, which it should have been. It should have been 2-2. Spurs have scored 2 legitimate goals today. And one of them has been ruled out for no reason whatsoever. And goals change games. At the end of the day, I think all Arsenal fans were pretty unanimous in the chat that they were very fortunate to get away with that goal. Very, very fortunate. That doesn't mean that they don't deserve the win, but it does mean that they've not battered Spurs today. They've been better on the ball, they've had more chances, I get it, but you can't say it's not been a walk in the park. Could have been 2-2 very, very easily. If that goal gets given, Arsenal fans aren't complaining about shoving the back. They're saying Gabriel should be stronger, aren't they? They're saying Gabriel's thrown himself to the floor. Creed says, bloody hell, Key, just in the Liverpool result. You left that one late. There you go. Late winners is all what it's about, mate, in the weekend. Blackburn with a fantastic late winner on Friday, eh, mate? Nate says, I'm going to be honest, it feels like Arsenal winning with luck, set piece and counters and not enough to win the league. They need to work on 1-2 passing speed and more. And Rasta says, Liverpool won and Arsenal is going to win also, no matter how we did it, fam. Exactly. A win's a win. And a win in the North London derby is impressive however you want to jack it up. Swifty, ifs and buts doing a lot of work, Kate. It's not ifs and buts to say that Spurs scored 2 legitimate goals, is it? That's not ifs and buts. It's ifs and buts to say if the referee had... At the end of the day, Arsenal have done it well enough to win the game, and they'll win the game. There's no doubt about that. But you can still say, a little bit fortunate. Little bit fortunate. Another Eze hat-trick will complete this game. Well, Trossard's off for Martinelli. Odegaard, it might well be for Eze. If this is Eze coming off, it is. It's not an Eze hat-trick. He's being taken off. This fella's be picking splinters out his arse all season, and he's going to get another taste of the bench again. Taste of the bench for Eze. One two four says, but you can't say that's a legitimate goal when it happens against Liverpool. It's a definite foul. It's not happened against Liverpool. All of Eze's goals have come against Spurs this season. Spurs should have at least 4 yellows. Oh, goodness me. 3-star says... Christopher says, I don't think a single Arsenal fan genuinely thinks it's a foul or how many goals are ruled out as fouls. There's not. There's nobody thinks that's a foul. There's not a single Arsenal fan or otherwise who thinks that's a foul. They got very, very fortunate with it. And it's, at the end of the day, they've got away with it. They've got away with it, and they'll be very fortunate, and they'll be grateful of the referee for that decision. That decision has then led to them getting the third goal. And on such minor things, our game's turned. And I'm sure Igor Tudor will be saying that. Look at Eze. Eze's raging on the bench. Look at him. He's fuming. And then look at who Sky have pointed it straight to. Thomas Tuchel. All the things I am saying are coming to fruition. You're all getting all angsty and saying, oh, why is Eze? Why are you giving Eze grief? All I'm saying is he will regret moving to Arsenal. He ain't going to the World Cup. He could have chose bench player at Arsenal but might win a league, or starter somewhere else, he'll go the World Cup. That's what he chose, the first one, and that's fine. That's his decision. He's gone back to his former, he's the club that told him to leg it when he was a kid, and good luck to him. Hold you to that. He won't go to a World Cup. He will. I'm telling you, he will not go to the World Cup. Emirates Eze does not go to the World Cup with England. Not a chance. Not a chance. Gamer Guru, 5 goals in a North London derby for the team he snubbed last second. Mate, that's worth every penny. It probably is for Arsenal. Just saying. He's not going to go to the World Cup. That for him, it's a big price to pay. He's been taken off again when he's on a hat trick. Rasta, he is going to the World Cup. He's not. I'm telling you, Rasta, you've got this one wrong. This is going to be one of your predictions that falls through, Rasta. I'm telling you. Christopher says he backed himself. Can't fault it, to be honest. Just Arteta doesn't want him. Yeah, and maybe, like I said, maybe he thought he would get more of a starting opportunity. I thought he would, to be honest. I thought he would be starting more than he has, but unfortunately, Arteta just doesn't see it that way, does he? But again, he's a maverick, isn't he, Eze? That's kind of what he was good at before. Was he was an individual, he was a maverick. He was one of the Premier League's most exciting players at Crystal Palace, and that's evidently what Arteta doesn't like: individuality. He wants system players. He wants players who follow instructions. That's what he's about. He's not going to be taking chances and risks with Eze. That's what I think he looks at Eze as. He looks at him as a risk. You're a risk if I play you. Where if I play Odegaard, or I play Trossard, or I play Marino, they know what I'm looking for. They know what I'm after. They're safe players. Safe. But you're just too good. You're too risky. You're a maverick. So I would say Noni is better than Eze. Noni's done very well this season. Yeah, Madueke's done very well. Casper, defenders and goalkeepers are too protected in their own box. And Jarua says, does Dick Dom Calvert-Lewin go to the World Cup? I can't. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Timbo wouldn't go as far as Noni, sir. And Alfie says, Eze should be starting most games, not just playing when Arteta feels like it. And Adam says Odegaard knows the system and plays very conservatively. Yeah. Spurs fans piling towards the exit here. Piling towards the exit. His Ernest says, what do you think of Jock Lesnar? He had a fantastic game today, Jokeres. I think he's done really well. Best game I've seen from him in an Arsenal shirt. Good goal. And he was good in the first half, to be honest. So this is the first time, genuinely, the first time I've seen Jokeres turn up and play really, really well. In a big moment as well. I think he's done well today. Metaverse, Jokeres, best game for Arsenal. Yeah, agreed. Absolutely agreed. I think he's done well today. Gamer Guru says, mate, stop the lies. He started as in one of our must-win games to stay top of the table, and you're saying he's a risk. No, listen, the stats will back that up, and the decision from Tuchel at the end of the season will back that up. He isn't going to the World Cup. Why? Because he's a backup player. He's a squad player. Word he is. Squad player. Casper, of course it's a foul on Gabriel. Casper, there's no other Arsenal fan in the chat who agrees with you, mate. Every other Arsenal fan was saying it's definitely not a foul. We've got lucky. The referee has massively let us get away with one there. Thank God for the referee. Man of the match referee. That's what I was hearing from Arsenal fans. Gamer Guru, Arteta plays Eze in the games he needs him. Just because everyone wants him to play doesn't mean it could be the right shout. And again, that's fair. That's fine. Like, I get it. But it's also entirely reasonable to say that because of that, because Arteta's just using him as he sees fit, that's fine. That's his right as a manager. He can use him however he wants. But the consequence of that for Eze is that he's going to miss out on maybe the biggest moments of his entire career. I mean, he'll get well done. Maybe you'll get a Premier League winners medal for riding the bench. Good lad. You could have got a World Cup place and a seat on the plane, and I guess he's chosen which is most important to him. Javier says, I think Gyökeres is definitely improving. 9 goals and assists in his last 10 games in a team that spreads goals. The birds have been knocked off the beach balls today. Finn says, I think he'll get a World Cup call-up. To be honest, he's been very good for England in recent times. He's not getting in over Foden, Bellingham, Rodgers, Palmer. He's not, is he? He's just not. Richarlison! Oh, that was in, ref! That was in! That was in! Oh, imagine if that had gone in, they'd have definitely bottled it. That would have definitely been a bottle job on then. Oh, unlucky. Ball gets played in from the right-hand side. Richarlison with a little flick. Oh, so close. So close. They'll tell you these Arsenal fans have battered these today. Fucking hell, they've been so lucky. So lucky. Lucky boys. Ball whipped in. Hey, that's a penalty, ref. That's a penalty. Why are you letting him take the corner again? That's a penalty. Referee's dragging him down. That should be a penalty to Spurs, that. That should be a penalty to Spurs. Can't be wrestling to him like that. Right, here we go. Watch Odegaard here now. Watch Odegaard here. Arms round. Penalty here. I'm telling you, you watch. He's watching the ref. He's keeping an eye out. Come on. Shoving and tugging in the box. Corner kick. Spurs straight out the other side. Fucking shite these. Garbage. Rasta says, who's going to take over Eze, fam? Kolo Muani's second goal should have never been ruled out, says Barney. Agreed, Barney. Yep, I have no idea why it was ruled out, if I'm dead honest. I don't think anyone in the chat does, to be honest. Even Arsenal fans agreed that it should have been given. They were very, very fortunate. Should be 2-2. Nate says, man, if they start playing time wasting, I am going to be furious. I swear to God, you better not, Arsenal. You better not. They'll time waste. This is what they're about. Whoa, there'll be a yellow card, ref. Solanke's come on now. Marcel says Arsenal deserved this win. Undoubtedly. Undoubtedly deserved the win, but I've also been very lucky. I've also been very, very lucky. Julius, does Bukayo Saka start for England? Not for me, no. I think Cole Palmer's better. Cole Palmer would start on the right-hand side. I mean, to be honest, he hasn't been starting for Arsenal on the right-hand side, has he, recently, Saka? So, again, I don't think Tuchel will be nailing his colours to the mast with Bukayo Saka. Slot for the chop. Oh, Rasta, don't be at it, mate. Gamer Guru says that save from Raya was world class. He reacted very well, didn't he? Certainly reacted very well. Lovely day of football, this. It's good stuff, innit, Reese? Here's Martinelli, far post. Matthijs Tel, and it's a throw into Spurs. Adam says, yes, Saka controls the flow of games, even without goals and assists. But Julia says, in my opinion, I agree, Cole Palmer starts. Doctor Who Mania says, random question, Key, did you ever watch Doctor Who growing up, given my username? I didn't, mate. No, I've never watched Doctor Who. Never really been into it. Kwaku says, Key, Foden's been on the bench all season. I know, but if you're saying Foden or Eze, they've both been on the bench. Who's the better player? It's not Eze. That's my point is, it wasn't necessarily Foden's going to get picked over Eze based if it's not. I don't think Foden starts at the World Cup either. I think it's going to be Bellingham and Rodgers. But Bellingham, you don't need 4 number 10s. You don't need to take 4 number 10s. There's Bellingham, Rodgers, Foden all get ahead of him. Ooh, unlucky. That's a free kick to Spurs. Free kick here. 25, 30 yards out. Saka's gone down. Timbo says Saka probably deserves to keep his place, given how good he's been for England. And Gabe Aguru says Saka starts over Palmer, no questions. Palmer's had one good season. Nah, I think Palmer's been the better player for some time. Done it in finals as well for England as well. Casper Key, I am considering sending you a full Arsenal kit. Please don't. Please don't. Kwaku, Eze has more goals and assists than Foden this season if it's about performance this season. I know it's not though, is it? I mean, he scored 5 in 2 games. It's not about that. Fanny El Fanu says Gyökeres is a good striker. He's not bad. He's played well today. DN, it's going to drag on till the game at the Etihad in April, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. I think so too. Daniel, has Palmer had a better season than Saka this season? I think they both had a bit of a mixed bag, haven't they, to be honest? Both have been below par. Yeah. And again, I think in part that's not really Palmer's fault in many ways because he's been played completely out of position. Chelsea have tried to move Cole Palmer into the 10 and he's not a number 10. He's a right winger. Whenever you play Cole Palmer in right wing, he's one of their best players. But Chelsea, unfortunately, have signed about 9 wingers and they're adamant they've got to play Neto and Bino Gittins and Estevao and, they've got all these wingers, Garnacho, trying to fit all these wingers in when Cole Palmer is by far and away their best winger. Corinne says, did you hear Sam Allardyce say Spurs and Arsenal have the same injury crisis? No, I don't believe that to be the case. I mean, he might well have said it, Corinne, but I don't think that's the case at all. Spurs have been mega poor in terms of injuries, or they've been very, very unfortunate in terms of injuries. P.O. says, have Tottenham played well? No, Tottenham have not played well at all. Tottenham haven't played well. It's been a poor game for Tottenham. They've deserved to lose, but I think they'll also look back on that one big decision in the game where Kolo Muani's goal gets given. It's 2-2, different game. Completely different game. Stoppage time, 7 minutes. DN says, it's always Odegaard, comes back, Saka gets injured. And Casper says, would you start Wharton or Anderson or both? Neither. Yeah, neither. I'd be putting Rice and maybe Reece James back there. I'd probably play Rice and Reece James would be my 2. Elliot Anderson might well start. Maybe Jordan Henderson might well start. I think he'll probably be put in the squad somewhere. Certainly not Lewis Miley. No, Lewis Miley's not going the World Cup. Here's Martinelli into the area. Good defending from Spurs. Timbo says Palmer's been playing injured all season and we've been forcing him to play with injections. Yeah, playing with injections and played out of position. I think that's been the issue for Cole Palmer. Look at that. Touches for Gyökeres today, 37. There was games going by where he didn't have a single touch. So he's been a lot more involved in the game, which I think is as much a reflection of Spurs as it is Gyökeres, in fairness. I think he's done very well today. It's been his best game. But Spurs have defended awfully. They've let him have the freedom of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. But he scored a really good goal and he's done well today. Man of the match, Victor Gyökeres. DN says Lewis Miley, Bellingham, Rice, telling you now, being our second best player behind the best centre mid in the land, Bruno Guimaraes. Yeah, I'd still say Lewis Miley's not going anywhere near that World Cup squad, mate. I'd start Lewis Hall left back. Not for me. No, Nico O'Reilly, I think left back, best left back there is. Maybe Nico O'Reilly in behind alongside Declan Rice then. Maybe it's Riley and Rice. Could be them two. Pride of Merseyside says came out Wirtz wasn't even injured. He just wasn't 100%. He was ill. No, Slot said that he hurt his back, mate. Slot said in the post match that he hurt his back. He wasn't even close to 100%. That's what he said. He said he hurt his back and he wasn't even close to 100%. So we're hoping and expecting to have him back next week. Arsenal are in again. It's third. It's 4. Is it him again? It's Gyökeres. And do you know what? Again, fair play. Fair play. He's been the best player on the park today. He's done well. First time I'll give him his due. It's been the best performance we've seen from Victor Gyökeres. Spurs 1, Arsenal 4. But still, let's bring it back. Because I'm telling you, if Hincapié... Look at Hincapié. If that goal... It's not Hincapié, it's Gabriel. If that goal is given, if Kolo Muani's goal is given, it's 2-2, it's a different game. But still, credit where it's due. Gyökeres scores again. 4-1. Tottenham 1, Arsenal 4. There you go. Good finish. Very good finish. Held off Archie Gray. I think Archie Gray should do really a lot better there. He let Gyökeres get goal side. Really poor from Archie Gray. But again, Archie Gray's not a right back, is he? What's Archie Gray doing at right back? Again, because of the fact that Spurs have got this injury crisis at the minute, Archie Gray should be nowhere near the right back slot. Cobain says Pickford, James, Gay, Konza, O'Reilly, Rice, Bellingham, Rodgers, Saka, Kane, Palmer. That's your team, is it? Genuinely, he's better than R9. Alfie says, hopefully we don't bottle it against Chelsea. Listen, that's the big game. I don't think anyone expected Spurs really to do anything against Arsenal. I think everyone's looking at the Chelsea game next week. Arsenal are the victims of their own downfall. At the end of the day, they're going to be next week against Chelsea. That's going to be the big game for them. They were never, ever going to drop points today. Never, ever going to drop points today. Deanne, how can you watch Lewis Hall, then go, nah, O'Reilly starts? I don't understand. He's nowhere near as good. Did you watch Nico O'Reilly score 2 goals the other night against Newcastle? Did you not see that? Boomer says, to be fair, Drogba scored 16 goals in his first season in England. Yeah, and Gyökeres is basically Drogba, isn't he? I think he's as good as Drogba. I think Drogba's basically a poor version of Gyökeres, isn't he? Grown men doing the Gyökeres celebration in the crowd. Fucking hell. Pride of Merseyside says everyone hates on the Merseyside derby, but this hasn't really been a derby in the last few years. It's just not, has it? It's really not. Nate says still, Jock is lazy as hell. Get him out. If a player isn't willing to do the runs, he ain't it. Well, he's done well today, mate. Give him his due. I know you're an Arsenal fan, but give him his credit. I think he has done well today. Casper, you could only dream of watching Liverpool play like this. Mate, we played like this against Karabag. It's the same sort of opposition. It's the exact same sort of opposition. Look at Madwecki. What are you doing? Get up, lad. Get up. Well done, Tell. Timbo says Drogba has Gyökeres posters in his room. Hey, Matthew Wood, do you actually like Gyökeres? I don't mind him. Yeah, I think he's done well today. Got to hit that. Oh, good save. Did well there, Raya. Yeah, I think Gyökeres has done well today. I think he's been the best time I've actually seen, the best performance I've seen from Gyökeres. Stuart says, Merseyside derby's always a scrap, regardless of the golfing quality. This has been a stroll. True enough. Roger says, Shay, do you criticise fans for singing players' names? The fact you've never been to a live match means you have no clue, you clown. I think Shay's been to a game. Tottenham spanks Carabag, says Superstar. Pride of Merseyside says, we put 11 past Spurs last season. I know, I was going to say, it's no different, really. Jeff says, Malaga kit is stunning. What season is it from? I think it's about 2011, 2012, something like that. To do is to do nothing. Oh, hey, well, there you go. Listen, it's full time. Tottenham 1, Arsenal 4. Yes, you heard that right. Tottenham 1, Arsenal 4. Victor Gyökeres with 2. Eze 2, Gyökeres 2. Only one of those ended up on the bench. No surprise which one. But Gyökeres did very, very well. Good game from him today. And I think Gyökeres will be made up with the fact that he actually got involved in the game. Really started picking the game. Picking his passes throughout the game. He was a lot more involved. A lot more touches. Couple of really good finishes. And if he can start doing that a bit more, then Arsenal do have a chance of winning this league. If they can get him more involved. Because he can finish. We know he can finish. But he's just been so isolated for most of the season. So isolated. Timbo says Chelsea will have to save football next week. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Casper says Malaga, them days were great. Isco at the 10. Oh, hey, well, there you go. Listen. Spurs relegated this season, very possible, but I dare say they will survive. I can't see it. I can't see it, no. Not for me. I don't see Spurs going down, not at all. But listen, I really appreciate everyone in the chat. If you've not already, make sure you've hit that like button. Make sure you've gone and followed me over on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch. I'm live across all 3 of them right now. And the other thing I would say as well is we're live tomorrow. Manchester United against Everton. At Everton, the Hill Dickinson Stadium. So it's Everton against Man United. Tomorrow, Monday Night Football. Come on, Everton. Let's get me lights changed. Let's get me lights changed. Ready for the Everton. There you go. We're going to be blue. We're going to be royal blue tomorrow. Supporting Everton against United. We need Everton to get a result against the Manx tomorrow. And I think they will. I'm expecting them to do it. So it's all in City's hands, says Shay. No way they win every game. If they win every game, they win the league. Yeah, and it still could be. I still think City will run these close. They'll definitely run these close. Right. That is me done. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate everyone in the chat. Really appreciate you liking, sharing, commenting, all that good stuff. And, yeah, make sure you leave a like before you go. I'll see you all tomorrow for Manchester United against Everton at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Take it easy. See you tomorrow. Ta-da. Enjoy Sunday.